Okay. So what was kind of your thought process going into this game here?
So we have an on against the Jax. He's gonna get pushed, most likely. They have a Talia jungle, so she's unlikely to invade me, but I should still put a ward up in the red side, like in the red jungle. And then I know the bot lane is Draven Leona against Swain Thresh. They're either gonna push the lane to my Swain Thresh or until Swain scales a bit and then he can just clear the wave so he doesn't get pushed to the tower. And mid lane, there's a zillion Varus. Probably not much gonna happen there. It can go both ways, but not much kill potential.
Hmm.
So I wanna path towards top lane, see if I have a potential for a kill to scale a bit. And once I'm level 6, or if I see a good opportunity, I can try playing in bot lane, but it's unlikely that something's gonna work.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, what type of champions are Draven and Leona? Are they the type to just kind of straight up sit there, or do they like to fight constantly?
They wanna fight.
And what type of champion is Ornn? Do you think he just wants to sit there and just wait till laning phase is over, or does he want to fight?
He wants to sit there
So with that in mind, why are we going to path top?
because I know that Jax is most likely gonna like overextend, and Owen has a lot of CC and damage early on. So there's most likely gonna be a potential for a kill. And in bot lane, I don't really see a potential for a kill early game. They barely have any damage, and unless we get like an amazing engage somehow, I don't see a kill happening in bot lane.
Right, right. And now when we look at this, when we look at Swain and we look at Ornn, like both of them are the type that just kind of they just want to scale. They want to get out of lane. They don't really want to fight. But which one's more likely to overextend? Is it going to be the Jax or is it going to be the Draven and Leona? I mean, it kind of goes
Draven
both
and
ways.
Leona.
They
Yeah,
could both do it. Don't get me wrong, but it's just there's four people in bot lane, right? So it's a little bit more of a chance for it to happen down there than top. And he has teleport, which means that even if he does get low, he TP's back and he doesn't really lose that much. So I definitely think he would be pathing bottom this game, only because there's more openings for you bot side than there is top side, unless you plan on invading Talia. But I mean, we don't even know where she's starting at the moment anyway. So let's just kind of
yeah.
see what happens as this game plays on.
I wanna like stay on this though. Like I wanna like understand it more. So like, but the way my thought process works
Mm-hmm.
is that I see Swain early game. He's not like much of a champion. Like he can do some damage, but he has long cooldowns and not much potential.
Right?
And they don't have exhaust; they only have ignite. So they're even less of champions. So it's like Swain and Thresh together are like champion or a champion and a half. Then they have Draven, which is like very strong early game, and Leona that enables him to do his entire like damage. So they're like a very strong combo.
No,
And I'm
I see where you're
Evelynn.
coming from. I see where you're coming
I'm
from.
half a champion.
But the thing you got to
Yeah,
think about is Evelynn is one of those junglers that's an opportunist. She's not a jungler that likes to force, right? She's like a Rengar, Kha'Zix, Kayn. I can't think of any more at the moment. But these are champions that don't really like to force. They like to just kind of wait for
yeah,
someone to mess up, and then you get your free stuff. Because a lot of your gold comes from farming. So you don't have to force anything. So the thing that you're waiting for is just someone to mess up. Once they mess up, then you just take over the game. The thing you don't want to do with
yeah.
Evelynn is ruin your pathing. That's like huge, huge. And like I said, there's other champions just like her. So you're able to get your farm by pathing, down bot. And because you already know there's a higher percentage chance of someone in your bot lane, being really, really low or something like that, you can come in and swoop in for the kill as long as you're pathing properly. When you're pathing towards top, you're ending on Krugs, which is like again not bad, but you're banking on like Jax just being stupid, and that's not good because if he knows that he's going into an Ornn, I mean he does have Ignite, so he's going to try to be aggressive early. Don't get me wrong, but what are the odds that you're going to be done full clearing by the time that even happens? He could probably go in level 2 and you're already on Raptors, which you can't help him, and then Ornn backs, and then what? Then he just sits
Okay.
there and waits for Ignite still. So one thing about Evelynn is because when she turns invisible, she's broken, man. It's being invisible in this game is just broken as hell.
Yeah.
But obviously you have to get to that point, and the only time that you're gonna get to that point is by getting your farm. The only time you're gonna get your farm is if you're just pathing properly. So I wouldn't focus too much about what lane can you gank and what will have like the most CC and whatnot for you because that's not your real goal at the moment. That's kind of your goal when you're 6,
I
right?
just want to farm and scale to get experience.
Right, right. Because that champ scales really hard with items, like really hard with items. So even if you get to like an amplifying tome, this is over exaggerating, but if you get like an amplifying tome, it's still a lot on you. Whereas if you put, I don't know, let's just say a long sword on Udyr, not the same effect. So, but like I
But
said, we'll see, and we'll kind of just look at both the lanes at the same time, and we'll see what we're talking about. So I think we should path bottom because I think there's a higher percent chance that they're just going to be very, very low, and they're going to be fighting a lot. And you want to make sure that he is safe in terms of like being able to do his job. You know, you don't want him dying in lane, right? Or you don't want him dying in lane either, but it's a tank, who cares? He's not going to carry your game. But that Swain will carry your game. So let's say Talib even tries to dive the Swain, but you're top set. Like, we need Swain to be out of lane properly, or
yeah,
he's not going to help us win the game. You kind of stop soloing
yeah,
once you get to high elo. There's not really much of a solo carry. To be fair, Evelynn's invisible, so she could kind of do it a little bit better than a lot of these champions. But Riot's, I think within like the last year or so, they made it so jungle doesn't have that hyper carry potential that it used to, and I think they're changing it again this season. Go fucking figure, right?
yeah,
Jungle's always changed, man. But let's see. I mean, I understand your thought process going top as well. I'm not saying that, you know, you're inherently wrong at all. I'm just saying in this particular situation, I think it's just more beneficial that you go bottom. So you are right. He does go aggressive, and we talked about that, right? We were like, well, he's probably going to go aggressive early. Let's go look at bot side. They're going aggressive too. And does that look like it matters that he has CC or not? Or you think he just pick up a kill? Not right now. I'm just saying, like, let's say you're finishing your clear and he was that HP. Does it matter that they have CC for you or not?
yeah. I have flash and charm.
Right. You have the damage to kill that. And that's something that's going to happen. There's 4 players down there. It's way higher chance. Because Ornn could just play safe. Jax could play safe. Who knows? He'll just play safe. But we know Draven and Leona, they play that way. That's just how they play. There's no other way to play that way. So he's going aggro. Didn't I call it? You'll be at Raptors when he's planning to do all of his stuff. Or it's going to get low, and either he's in a TP. Hopefully he doesn't just straight up die in lane, because that would suck. And now the other thing you have to think about too is that when you are pathing, you're basically looking, you might be matching the Talia at this point. And so you gotta think, do we win 2v2? Do you and Ornn beat Jackson Talia 2v2?
No, depends though. Depends, but most likely no.
Right. So that we're already like another strike against us, right? Not only do we not win the 2v2, but she could even like just come to counter gank you, period. That wave's massive. You know, you want to be careful and not really go for a play like that. Oh, this guy's freaking nuts. Good kill. And you get that big wave. Let's see what's looking at. Let's see what's happening down here. So it's kind of the same thing, right? But it's a double kill instead of 1 kill.
Okay.
And like I said, you know, I understand your thought process going and pathing top because, you know, he has Ignite. Why wouldn't he play like that? But if he's smart, he could just wait. He doesn't really need to fight Ornn over and over because he can just outscale him later. Whereas your bot lane, Draven needs to kill these guys. Now, if they were already just solo losing lane, like just straight up they suck, then just obviously path away from them. It's not worth it. But, you know, he doesn't really have a chance to play the game right now because he's so weak early. So you just want to get him out of that weak early stage. So I'll say this. Try to do your best to path towards your win condition. Now, I'm not saying that you're not a win condition, because if you get fed on Evelynn, obviously you're a win condition, but it's very hard sometimes in solo queue to put all your eggs in one basket. Because if you do happen to make a mistake, it just sucks when everybody else is like useless. Like it sucks a lot. Not saying you can't pull it off, but it just sucks. I mean, like you just ganked this guy and he still dies. So I don't even know how that happens when he has TP. So that right there goes to show, look, he's probably not the best player. You have TP and you still die. Doesn't make much sense. Yeah. Did she take your camps, by the way? No.
No.
Why is your wolf spawning so late? Oh, no, they're not. I just wasn't paying attention. Okay. I was like, what? Oh, you went down. What did you go down for?
Don't remember. I think they were missing or something. I don't really remember. I think I wanted to use the plant to see where they are.
Oh, I got you.
And then they showed up.
Okay. Okay, doing your thing, getting your farm. Perfect. Just recycle your camps. Kind of the same situation here. So you could just go ahead and lane gank. Like this should be pretty free.
If he baits him, then it's possible.
Yeah. Use a clap. Help him shove that wave. So when you're dealing with a tank, all gold should just be yours. It sounds like really assholish, but he doesn't need that much to be a tank. You need a lot to be your champion. So go ahead and shove, try to get plates as much as possible. I wouldn't actually look to get plates at 6 minutes, but I'm just saying go ahead and take, the CS there. It's only going to take you like 1 second, and then you go ahead and about your business. So I do want to see you.
I don't want to tilt my lane. I was like, if I see that they don't mind, then yeah, but I don't want to tilt them out of the game.
It's just a tank, though. Usually tanks don't mind too much. What I'll say, because I haven't played on EU and E, but I've climbed on EUW, and they do get they do get really tilted when you.
EU and E is like much worse than EOS.
I've been told.
But like the only like good thing about EU and E is that you don't understand half the time when they swear. Because they speak other languages.
Yeah, I think even if you're not gonna like, let's just say last hit, try to be there for the experience. Every little bit just kind of snowballs and helps. But when it's a tank, it's more so. When it's a carry, chill out a little bit. Really, just you gotta find that like cool medium. So I don't mind.
Yeah, I shouldn't have done that.
What, walking the lane
impossible. There? Yeah, because it's impossible to kill him there. Like, it looks swishy, but it's a zillion that can just run away.
Right.
Easily. I don't have ult.
And we don't know where Tedley is at the same time. So what I would like to see you do is I would like to see you come in here, hit this plant, because it is there, hit it over wolves. If she's not there, go ahead and then, like, walk in and put a ward here. I don't know if you have scanner. Did you buy scanner? You did buy scanner. But you can still walk and check the timers. This is very, very important. If we check timers, we know exactly when she's going to be on these camps, because the game tells you. Because realistically, she's your type of champ too. She's not a AFK farming champ, but she does want to farm in sequence. She wants to full clear a little bit more often than like the regular jungler, like I don't know, Xin Zhao, right? So
yeah,
definitely walking in, checking timers is crucial. So let's just say whenever you have downtime, walk into the enemy jungle and check timers. And also, this could give you camps. You don't know. But you have nothing else to do right now. The thing you're going to do is recall and go back to your Gromp, because you have to do your camps again. So you have a little bit of time to just play around. Why not use it doing something useful?
Yeah.
Where was she? I'm just curious. Oh, she was right there. So that would have been a free Gromp for you. All you had to do was check.
Yeah.
And then that would have been a free Gromp added to your path every single time. So, it's very important. Wait, huh? Okay, you go check on the side that's most dangerous right now. Okay, what's the thought process on that?
It looks dangerous, but I know I have the blast cone here, and bot lane are way too pushed up, so I know I can just take the blast cone out. I just wanna take all of the plants from the enemy jungle later if we have a chance for Drake, because I know that I can get away with doing this.
I mean, yeah, I can see that point there, but you have more of a potential to get more out of just checking this side.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, this is it's just kind of scary. That's all. I always tell people, do stuff that makes sense for kind of just all junglers, not just the one you're playing. Some champions can give you an edge, but macro choices should just be something that's universal to your champions. So obviously there's nothing you can do here, which is why we don't even want to play to this side anymore. You chose what side you wanted to play to. We just dip. We just go ahead and do our camps and play that top side. Yeah, there's nothing you can do. It's okay. Right here, you don't have to feel pressure to do anything. Just go take your camps. If we had a nice reset and then we fought, it'd be better. But we don't. We didn't back yet. We didn't spend anything. So
even if I did reset, I wouldn't have had my ult, so I don't think it would have been a good idea to fight.
You wouldn't have had your ult, but you'd have been more threatening with your Qs.
Yeah.
Like, you could still back them off. I'm not saying you want to take the fight, but I'm just saying, you'd still be more of a threat than you would be right now. And if something did happen to happen, let's say you were clearing your 3 camps and then you just did what you're doing now, if you do happen to die, well, your camps are spawning anyway. So, you're not losing out on much.
I think what I was doing right now, I wanted to see if they go for the Drake or for my camps, because we don't have vision. So if I go for my camps, they can just follow me up and then the Drake. So I want to see what they decide to do to see what I should do.
That's true. That's true. But the only reason why they'd be able to do something like that is because of what you did 30 seconds before. You told them what you were doing. Well, not 30 seconds,
Yeah.
maybe like 20 seconds. Like you went mid. If you just recalled here and then just started doing your camps again, they wouldn't know where you were. But you pathed through mid. You hit that cone. They all of a sudden knew exactly where you were after that. And now they're making it play off of you, even though you didn't even know that you started this play. They could have just been in lane doing their thing. And now you can't do anything because your mid laner's backing. So you're kind of just stuck. Which is something that I always tell players. Try to play a little bit more passive. And by passive, I'm not saying like don't do anything. But again, your main goal with Evelynn is just getting that gold, getting those levels. So be more of an opportunist. Be that type of player that like I pop out when I see something free. Otherwise, I'm just taking my camps, I'm taking your camps, I'm gonna be massive later. And then you just start, clapping kids.
Yeah.
The more you pop out, the more you give them information. The more you give them information, the easier it is for them to counter you. Because you are a weak champion early. Even if you're 6, you're not typically like the strongest thing in the game. So your pathing did get a little bit screwed up. You're going to take your camps. But you could have done that before. You could have done that before crossing over the mid lane, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're like backtracking at this point. So now you're just being inefficient. So we would have had 3 camps down bot. Then we would have had 2 camps here. Well, we would have got these first because we would have done the Gromp. And then obviously no jungler like does 1 camp and then just jets to the other side of the map and then like comes back, right? So if Gromp's there, wolves are going to be spawning soon anyway.
I think there would be a problem here though. Because Jax always has prior top lane and Zillion can always follow up.
He was
And if
dead,
I
though.
hit the plant...
He was dead at that point. That's why I said that was the reason to go.
No, I mean like when you say that I should have used the plant here and then checked the like timers and then I would have saw a Grump and I could have went for it.
Mm-hmm.
So like maybe I could have gone the Grump but not the wolves because they know I'm there. I use the plant so they can immediately follow up and like go for me.
They know you're there because you just killed him top lane. They don't know you're there because of that plant.
No, but they know that I just found out the Grump is alive because I just saw it with the plant. So I'm probably gonna go for it. Now, there's no one here to follow me up now.
Right.
But if I stay with like wolves or something else, then they can probably be there already.
Well, now you're just thinking that Talia's just dumb. You killed their Jack, so it's obvious that you'd probably go for her camps, right? Like as a jungler.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why you're doing it. When you are spotted, like when your plan is obvious, that's when you can be the most blunt with what you're doing. As an example, this plan, like, if we would have just recalled and cleared, nobody would have known what you were doing because, they can't see you walk. But because you ganked him, it's going to be in my mind's eye that she's going to take my camps, so I'm just going to not even go over there. And I think that is what she did when we checked the map. She spawned and didn't even go top. She just went bottom. She started to go top, but then she just started to move bottom.
Okay.
So she even knew that, oh shit, my stuff's gone. Because why would you go to 1 camp when you could go to your 2? You know what I mean? There's 2 camps up here. So, yeah, give him a little bit more give him a little bit more credit there.
Okay.
So, yeah, just be a little bit more passive. You don't have to be super aggressive early. Games sometimes go to shit early, but you are a carry champion. You'll be able to do your work a little bit later into the game. But the thing you can't stall out on is your gold and your experience, or else you won't be able to do that well. Now, Evelynn, because she's invisible, she can thrive off of players that are dumb, right? If you don't think about where she is, she'll just kill you. But again, you don't want to rely on that, especially if you do keep climbing and you get to an elo where they know how to deal with Evelynn. Then it's going to be a lot harder for you to play the game if you didn't really think about how to properly get your gold and properly counter jungle and stuff like that, what we're talking about today.
Yeah.
I mean, my point exactly. Like, why is this guy overextended knowing there's an Evelynn there with no ult? That literally right there just proved my point. But when you get to things like Master, Grandmaster, and whatnot, they don't do that. As soon as they just know you're around. I mean, some people are greedy, like Irelia players. My God, those guys, there's no chill.
Yeah, here I die. That was just me being greedy.
So
I remember that one. Like, I wanted to go for that, but I didn't realize that I have no way of getting the kill since I have no angle to hit my Q.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too. I want to see you kind of just recycle your camps more often. I want to see you pop out when you're needed. You're trying to force a lot of plays here, and maybe in another game it works out, but there's a reason why people are opting to kind of just be a little bit more farm oriented, unless you play in Korea. Koreans, they don't care what champs they're playing, they're going crazy. But most of the time, you'll see that champions that have higher
Here, you
success rate.
see, like, how they do this. Like, they have no vision to know I'm here. And, like, they did it a lot of times in the game. But I would just, like, try to get behind them, and they didn't see me. But somehow they knew exactly where I was.
Let's see.
Like later in the game, you'll see it too. But I just try to catch someone off guard, but they know exactly where I am. So I'm pretty sure this game I was being stream sniped. Because they knew exactly where I was when I just walked out of base, it being invisible without any way for them to get vision on me. That was pretty weird.
Well, in my personal experience, look how they're playing. They didn't play like this when you weren't here. This is something that's the laner's issue. I don't know about later into the game, but right now it's kind of blatantly obvious because they're not scared of those two when they should be. So I don't know. You could be right, but like they weren't doing any of this shit when you weren't here. So who knows? Oh no, this they knew exactly where you were. Okay, yeah, now you are. There's no fucking way in hell she just pinged exactly where you were unless you just seen you. So yeah, I'll give you credit on that one. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense because they didn't spot you. Yet she pinged exactly where you were. Oh no, she was pinging vision. He did just put a plan. Okay, never mind. I thought that was pinging vision on you.
I'm not exactly sure on that. It could be them being lucky and like being smart, but I kinda doubt based on how it played later.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. So we do have their mid laner dead, but we don't have our mid laner. This is kind of scary. We end up getting it. Now their mid laner shows up, but you know, yours isn't, so...
Yeah, I just skipped, like, I think I was pinging it, but oh, maybe I forgot, I don't know. Oh, they just left it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, I don't know why I don't see it, but I was spamming the vows to help me there, but it came after I already took it.
Yeah, the guy was not paying attention. Alright. Cool. Warren ends up dying. Thrasher's top side. We know Varus is dead. We have two plays that we can make here. We can go for Rift Herald, or we can go try to kill Jax and then go to Rift Herald. Either one's fine. I think there's just more possibility for him to outplay both of you guys because you have no R. So you could just go to Rift and make him come to you guys. But let's see what happens.
I don't think I wanted to go for him there. I think I just left it. No?
Yeah, I already knew that was going to happen.
Yeah, I guess I didn't.
We could have like called this. And even if our Varus doesn't show up, whatever, Zillion's dead. So he's not coming. And I think Talia was dead too.
Yeah, I killed her, but a bit ago, so she could have run there.
Yeah, and then if Jax comes to us, it's easier to kill him. But we're trying to engage on this dude. So it's harder for us to kill him. That makes sense.
And there's also potential for Varus to help if we do the Rift.
Exactly.
Like, I'm not sure based on how he played, but like,
yeah, I don't know if he would have rotated either, to be honest. Yeah, but that's something that Jax would have to think about. It's like, damn, is Varus gonna rotate? So yeah. Okay, going back up top. Killing Jax. Talia shows up. You kill Talia. Again, Return could be a play, but you're really, really low. You don't have your mid laner. Although they don't have the jungler or the top laner, it's just something to be scared about. We know that Draven's out of lane, and yeah, I was going to say Leona's going to be rotating. So.
Yeah, I think I still. Wait, no, I didn't know. I didn't go for that.
So the bright side is our Sway didn't really like int. You know, he's kind of behind. Don't get me wrong, but he didn't like run it. So that's like really good. Better than nothing.
Yeah. It looks like they're letting him scale. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, he's gonna die.
Oh, die.
Yeah, we just gotta give Just go farm.
Yeah. Here, I just wanted the blue buff.
Okay, so the one thing that I also noticed was there's a lot of time just being wasted on things that might not work. And that's throughout the entire game, not just now. It's throughout the entire game. You could be having some, like, she has 3 camps up. That could have been your, because, like, your team died, like, that should have just been on your mind. Like, as soon as they died, well before, because you guys are ready, and then you seen Swain getting picked. Alright, well, I'm trying to make him up. Fuck it. And then you just go ahead and do something. Realistically, though,
Yeah, I could have gone for the rift. Yeah.
if we were recycling our camps, we should have, we would be topside by now anyway, unless you did change your pathing to come down. But your pathing's been a little bit wonky after, like, you kind of accidentally broke it. You see, now you have your red up and you have your Krugs up, so now your pathing is going to be very, very weird. Nothing's really in sync anymore. So now you're pathing down bottom, but you're like, oh crap, my camps. And now you're going top. Right, because you have nothing else up, and then now your wolves and Gromp are up, and then, like, they're not even spawning in sequence anymore, which is making it hard for you to play.
Yeah.
So I really do want you to put a heavy emphasis on, like, clearing, and you're gonna be massive, like, every game. Like, every game you're gonna be massive. And then, of course, like I said, once you get some kills under your belt, then you can start being a little bit more aggressive by, like, entering the jungle a lot more, counter jungling them a lot more. Looking to kill them, going to gank, whatnot. But, like, your early levels, you do need to be recycling your camps a little bit more. I kind of like how you played back, but at the same time, I kind of don't. So let's see at what point I didn't like it. Because it was smart, because like, oh, he's going to hop on me. I can't just, like, walk up, dude, which is,
Yeah.
smart. You don't have ult. I thought he used it. Maybe. No, he did. He used it right there. So it is on cooldown. I mean, it's a low cooldown. But he didn't use it anymore, so you just stayed back. Alright, I give it to you.
Yeah, I'm waiting for my E.
Yeah. Okay, this is the point where I want you to just be like, alright, fight's over, let me go farm or something. Or back or whatever.
I think I want to see if I have a chance to, like, collect something. But I see I don't, so I think I just don't go for it.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm pretty sure the fight was over. Like, as soon as you got pushed out, just go do something with it. Look, there's
Raptors. I have ult again. Like, I just got ult again, so if I would have gone that charm, I would have had the kill. Yeah, I think I'm just great if I see if I get something with my ult here.
Look how much time you're wasting, though. Do you know how much?
Yeah.
You know how much gold you get for, like, camps? Like, if you clear one side, including buff, how much gold is that? You have an idea?
I think I die here. I think just Jax just chases me for an hour.
Yeah, that's a big shutdown too. But yeah, how much gold? How much gold is on one side, including buff? You have a rough idea. You don't have to give me the exact number, but you have a rough idea.
Which side?
Either side. It's about the same.
Like pre-camps, you mean?
Just the jungle camps. So, like, if you clear one side, how much gold is that?
I guess it's about 300 to 400.
Right. So if we do Raptors and Krugs, right, it's not gonna be 300. It's gonna be like 250 or something like that. I don't think it's breaking 300. Yeah. But
like with the buff, I meant.
Yeah, I know. But I'm just saying at that particular time it wasn't up, so you weren't gonna get the buff.
Yeah.
But, like, that would have been way better than you getting nothing. And if you got something later, but that would have been way better than you getting nothing at that particular period. And so, as I was saying,
I knew they're all top lane, so it's also risky to lose my shutdown, which I did eventually.
Right. Like, well, after you got bullied here, just go farm the camps now. You're good. Take the Raptors, take the Krugs that spawn, and look, you could even got this wave, and then got that tower, and then got another wave. That'd have been way better than a kill. Way better than a kill.
Yeah.
So it's really just, like I said, about just not wasting that time and using your time efficiently so you can actually get your gold. When you can't do anything, obviously. Like, you don't have to force play after play after play after play.
Yeah.
Lucky your team comp is, like, really, really good, but...
Not really, we're full AP, actually.
I mean... Oh, is he? No way.
Yeah, well, he's
Oh
getting
my
AP
gosh,
virus.
Bars is going 80. Okay, I thought that was 80 bars, man. Alright. Yeah, it's
No.
rough. It's rough.
Like Jax is just gonna be very hard to kill late game because of that.
Yeah, I agree. Especially when he ults.
But I'm the only one that can kill him because I got the charm, so it shreds magic resist.
Damn.
This is I overstayed there and that was too risky.
Right. And Dragon was coming up. They weren't even on the
Yeah.
Dragon side, so we could have just got that for free.
Yeah.
Look, we get towers. I mean, this is one of those games where it's like, more, happen or look to make plays on objectives. This is one of those things where your team is kind of, I don't want to say they're babysitting you, but they're kind of making it so like when you mess up, it's not that bad. Okay, never mind. They all ended here. But based off what's been happening, is like every time you went for a play, even though like you might have messed up, your team just like gets a couple kills and it like evens it out. And that's what's been
Yeah.
happening throughout the entire game.
I got 2 of them there, but
You
I
still
died,
lose
so
the
they still
drag.
didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you also played Zac. So I mean, going from a play style to Zac, Rek'Sai, and then Evelynn, that's kind of a big change. Zac and Rek'Sai are kind of more similar than Evelynn is to those. So it could be why you're
Yeah.
still in that mindset of like trying to force a little bit more often.
I guess so.
Yeah, like you got to realize that farming doesn't stop mid game. You still got to keep up with it. This point, we're just farming kills, and we're just kind of baiting our team into like looking for kills with you. When we're really not that strong anyway. But again, being invisible, makes it seem like you got a lot more power than you do. Which is it's every Evelynn player that I coach. It's every Kayn, Echo, like these champions that really make it so that what you're doing doesn't get punished too hard, right? When you're invisible, positioning doesn't matter for you. When you're invisible and you can clean up kills, maybe not having a lot of gold matters for you. You could still get the execute off because you're invisible. But like I said, farming does not stop. You have to continue to farm. Oops, my camera's going all wonky. You have to continue to farm. It's never going to change. It's never going to stop. You keep farming until you're 18. And even when you are 18, you might not farm your camps, but you farm their camp so that they can't get it back into the game. So if it's like you always prioritize their camps and then you go prioritize yours. Because if you guys are winning and you guys, have towers kind of broken, it basically means like the line that they have to cross kind of gets pushed back. Right now, this is considered overextending, even though it is their side. If you clear their camps, they have to walk into your jungle to get the camps. And Lord knows that's not happening, right? Because they'll die. So that means that you already have an advantage for taking the camps. And also, laners take jungle camps, right? So if you take those camps, the jungler is forced to take the laners farm, and then everybody's taking each other's farm. And there's no way to really get back into the game for them. That's what we call bleeding out. You gotta bleed out the enemy team. They can't get anything.
Yeah.
I think at this point it's just kind of more of the same. Just more of like we run into them, we die. Run into them, we die. Yeah. The game kind of gets to a point where it's like, if it gets to a point like this with Evelynn, it's very hard to play the game because it's like, well, everybody's pretty ahead at this point, and all you guys are useless, so I just lose. Right? When it's team fight phase, that's when assassins usually start being really, really poor champions to play because obviously assassins are meant to just take somebody out, but if everybody's huddled, it's extremely hard. What I will say though is, like I said, I think that the main thing here that is like willing to focus on here is just I want you to just farm your camps more often. If you're trying to make too many plays for not enough reason, just recycle your camps, play patient, and just play for more of your objectives. It'll help you out a ton, and it will make it so that you're not making any mistakes, and it makes it so that your team doesn't make mistakes, because Honestly, a lot of players don't realize this, but sometimes when you make a play, it causes your team to make a play, and then therefore they play it poorly because it wasn't their play to begin with. So they end up dying. Even if you get the kill, they end up dying, and so you're
Yeah, you
inherently
basically
making
bait
them.
your teammates.
Yeah, you're making them make more plays than they even want to in the first place. So yeah.
Yeah.
Um, Let me go ahead and save this file for you here. Do you have any questions, comments, concerns, anything like that?
Um, like not really. Like, yeah, I think it helped me quite a lot to understand what I need to work on. Like, that was very insightful. Yes.
Right, right. Like you're not a bad player or anything. It's not one of those things. It's more of like just pointing you in the right direction because now we're in that higher level of play, especially with your win rate. Like you're definitely not playing with no, you know, horrible players. So you do have to start being a little bit more efficient with your time to make sure that it is a lot easier for you to win these games and carry these players. Because at the end of the day, it is on you to play better than all nine of those players to like climb and win your games.
Yeah.
All right, all right. I mean, if you need anything, of course, let me know. Hit me up on Discord if you got any questions or anything like that. Um, but yeah, I mean, good luck in your games. Good luck on your climb, man. And I'll talk to you later, okay?
Thank you. Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. Bye bye.